In Delta, we aim to be interoperable. So all the components had to be interoperable between themselves. That means that we have to be able to exchange data between the different components, and the different components need to understand that data. So for doing that, we are using ontologies, which work as a shared data model to identify how the data should be defined, so that all the components are going to understand the data and the data that is going to be exchanged. And also these ontologies are going to help us to query the data. That's very useful for us because you can query all the data that is going to be stored in the Delta environment. In the ontologies that we develop in Delta, we want them to be aligned with well-known standards. So that's why we are working with the OpenADR Alliance, which is an American standard for demand response. So they have also data models to share the data, how the data should be shared between all the different devices in a demand response environment. So we want to be aligned with that. And we also want to be aligned with other well-known standards such as SAREF, which is a standard promoted by the European Telecommunication Standardization Institute. So we want to be as much as possible to be aligned with such standards in order to improve the interoperability in the Delta environment.